All right, looks like we are live. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me all good. If not, let's get started. So welcome to episode 15 now of Your First Jungle Clear. This is the show that I go over early jungle pathing from members in my community, specifically my Discord server. Why early jungle path, you might ask? Hugely important for a jungler. You have the most impact influence in the game in terms of early game. You don't want games to be going longer than 30 minutes or so. It's just getting into territorial. You just dice roll in team fights. Solidify your early game. It's going to solve a lot of your problems. So we're going to jump into this pretty quickly now. I'm just going to actually post right now in my Discord server that I am live. Also get a couple more people in here. Our first guest is going to be a Platinum player over on the European West server. This is going to be a Rek'Sai game of his. Okay, let me just get a link here. Also, as well, let me know if my audio is all good, because I did actually turn up a bit. I've been adjusting the settings on my XSplit a bit. So, and when the guest also comes in here as well, let me know if their audio is good. Alright, so let's post this now, live now. Alright, we're going to drag in our first guest now. Alright, Adiowell, is that how you pronounce it? You're on the air. Can you hear me all good?
My name is Adi.
Adi, okay. That's much more simpler. Welcome to the show. Is this the first time you've actually come on here? I've obviously seen you on Discord a bit, but have you been on YFJC before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's not really in my time zone.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah, European West players definitely get slaughtered a bit from the time zone. All right, Adi. Well, I'm going to get up. So you sent me a bunch of different games. Did you want any specifically you wanted me to take a look at? I did pick out this Rek'Sai one of yours. Is this one fun?
I think is it against which jungler?
No, this is against. You should be able to see it on the screen right now. It's against Lee Sin, Cat, Aurelia, Draven, Pike, if you recall.
I do not remember, but. I just sent the last three that I reviewed myself.
Gotcha. So, Rek'Sai, is that a champion in your pool? Like, you're pretty confident on
it? I do feel pretty confident about it. I practiced a lot on my Smurfs, on early game junglers, and jungling specifically.
Alright, well
like
then...
early pets and macro.
Let's just do this one then. This was going to be a good one. Rek'Sai, I've actually been playing a lot on my main account. I just hit Grandmaster with it the other day, so... Nice, fresh on my mind, Rek'Sai. I love reviewing Rek'Sai games. Okay, so you can see it all on the screen, all good, right?
Am I looking at the YouTube?
Yeah, look at the YouTube and just listen to me on Discord.
Yeah.
There is like a 5-second delay or so, let me know if I'm going too fast, but I will obviously take into account that when I'm reviewing your game. Alright, so, all good? See it on the screen? Yep. Great. Alright, so... Let's first take a look at your Rek'Sai runes. And Rek'Sai runes is actually something I've been thinking a lot about. I don't know if you've actually been paying too close attention to the Rek'Sai channel in my Discord, but there was a bit of a back and forth conversation I was talking about in terms of runes. And it looks like here you go Nimbus Cloak Border Walk in secondary and sorcery, and I think this is great. These are really, really good runes. I go this most of the time. But this specific comp you're versing here, Adi, the Aurelia, Lee Sin, Draven, Pike, Katarina, like this is very lot of bursty, like melee champs. This is a sort of comp that I feel like I don't need to run Nimbus Cloak in. And what I actually really like, and I've been liking it a lot more, is actually taking Resolve secondary and going Bone Plating, plus either Revitalize or, plus Revitalize or Unflinching. And why I actually really like, I would want you to go bone plating and unflinching this game. Why I would want you to take that is that unflinching, obviously, you know, it gives you tenacity and slow resistance, which is sort of what, you know, that's tenacity. And what it's going to do is not going to let, you don't have to build Merc Treads this game. And I guess you actually do have a bit of CC you have to worry. You've got Pike, Aurelia, but I really need you to build Ninja Tarbs this game. So taking that unflinching just really opens up that boots option, so you're not forced to go Merc Treads, and gives you the extra tenacity slow resist, which is obviously, you know, you don't want to be getting slowed as Rek'Sai because then you can't get the knock up quick enough. So does that make sense there, what I explained in terms of runes?
Why would I take Revitalize though?
Oh, so Revitalize, that's for champs like healing supports or something like that. Let's say if you had a Yuumi, Nami,
Okay.
And it also works as well off, you know, when you burrow and you heal up, you actually heal more from that as well. So it just helps like you clear a little bit, and it just makes you a lot more tanky and really annoying to deal with. And I think Bone Plane is just an amazing rune. I really think it's overpowered, honestly. So try and think about going those runes when you're against like a assassin, like a really bursty comp that there are a lot of melee champs where you don't feel like you need Nimbus Cloak to get onto them.
I cannot hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you?
Yeah, no. Okay, I can hear you now. Fine.
All right, I just moved my mic. What did you miss? You would have missed. Yeah, I think Bone Plating's really strong rune just in general. Makes you really tanky, and I like to take these runes I was saying, the Resolve Secondary if I'm playing against a really melee heavy comp that's also pretty bursty, which again you're playing against this game. You're against a, you know, Pike, Draven, Cat, Lee Sin, Aurelia. So does that all make sense? Hear me all good?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's jump into your early game. But the rest of this is fine. Actually, you don't take Zombie Ward, you go Eyeball Collection. Do you ever switch out to Zombie Ward much, or...?
I do, but it's fairly low elo, so I don't get to feel it that quickly.
Okay.
Like the Zombie Ward.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fine. Actually, I just realized I need to get my pen up here. Where is it? Alright. I want to change the color to yellow. Alright, cool. So, talking a bit about your early jungle path now. So, it looks like you guys are stacking right now. Garen's obviously looks like he's not out of base yet.
We are against Spike, so we are stacking. So, I figured if he want to invade, we can counter it pretty hard.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely think that's a good move. And you're starting blue. So tell me a little bit, what is your thought process around starting blue? What's your early win condition? What lane do you want to like really prioritize getting ahead?
I'm duo with the mid laner, so it is my main prio, and working around the bot lane after 6 or not super early would be my priority, even though it didn't work so well because they made some questionable plays, in my opinion, the ADC specifically. So the game was a bit of a mess for me. I kind of lost my direction midway and tried to stick to playing around my mid laner duo.
Okay, well, we're just going to go over the early game. In terms of like, so Rek'Sai, obviously you have a lot of options because Rek'Sai is a super strong early ganker. I'm actually really looking at, so yeah, I definitely think that I actually really like Rek'Sai into Pike because you can obviously like knock him up and you can actually just one-shot him, especially with the Halo Blades in his, before he actually can E off. But you sort of need ult for that as well to follow up. But obviously get shutting down a Draven early, really good. You have CC to utilize in terms of the Swain. You also, the thing that I'm looking at is actually the Garen top lane versus Aurelia matchup. And the reason being is this guy's actually taking Ignite, so he's really playing for lane. And I feel like, again, Aurelia is one of those easy champs for Rek'Sai to really gank, especially early. You are going to need to worry a little bit about the Lee Sin in a way. I mean, in terms of 2v2, I think it's always going to depend the 2v2 based on whether Rek'Sai, you actually hit the knock up, you know, be able to hit that off first. But top lane, I think, should be a focus. Bot lane, I think you can definitely get ahead. Mid, I actually really like Rek'Sai into Cat in terms of like team fighting. Ganking is a little bit more difficult. Because obviously she can jump to minions pretty quickly. Like, the wave will need to be in a really good position to pull that gank off. Obviously you do actually have any CC to utilize, so you can one-shot it, but I wouldn't be worrying too much about Katarina mid. And obviously you can use your knock up to disrupt her ultimate in terms of teamfight skirmishes. So that would be my early game plan. I think starting blue, let's do blue, Gromp, wolves, red into a top gank, or maybe even skip your wolves. We'll see based on what happens in the first couple of trades early. So does that all make sense?
Do you not think mid is a vulnerable lane?
You mean in terms of the Katarina?
Yeah, I think whichever jungler makes the right move decide the fate of the lane.
In terms of your Annie, I mean, I guess it is vulnerable because like you could come here and counter gank this, but again, in terms of being proactive and ganking Katarina, like Katarina is a pretty slippery champion, right? So unless
but being on voice comms, I can
communicate. That's better. Right. Yeah. So I'm not gonna. I
did gank her a bunch of times.
I'm not going to take that into account this game that you're duoing with the Annie. Like we need to think about just like best decision in terms of champions in the game and like situations that happen. So like, I mean, let's say, sure, you might be communicating with Annie, right? But what happens if she's like pushed in the whole time or pushed up? It's, you're still not going to be able to gank it no matter what, right? So that's the way I'm going to sort of review this game, is like not taking your duo partner too much into account. But I guess that logic does make sense though. Like, yes, obviously you want to be using your 2v2. Maybe you can take over this game. But if this is just a solo queue game, then this is what you should be doing. And I mean, in general, I still think you should be doing this. Like, let's really prioritize getting bot and top ahead. I wouldn't worry about mid at all. Alright, so you are skipping your wolves. I think this is okay. I mean, again, if you want to be looking to gank top early, I think this is the right move. But in general, I actually really don't like skipping wolves because I just feel I fall way too far behind experience and gold, especially if I want to do something on the map after my red buff, and I could be stuck on the map and not doing my camps for like 60 seconds plus, until Rift Scuttler pops up, and like I just miss out on that experience a bit. I always feel a little bit behind by not doing that.
I agree. I don't always skip wolves. It's when I want to do something really early.
You see, and the other thing as well is I always love to switch out to Red Sweeper Trinket early game as well. That's one thing I didn't mention. So then like ganks like this, like, I mean, obviously it looks like Aurelia hasn't warded based on her movements in the lane early, but just like Sweeper's super important for these type of ganks. You could come down here, sweep this, make sure it's 100% not warded, get a free gank off,
Mm-hmm. Something I do a lot on Rek'Sai especially, but this time I didn't. My E was kind of off there. I didn't have to use it at all.
Yeah, so that's really, really important. Not using your E when you don't need to. And this is a situation where you usually just walk up. Let's say she flashes away, you can E follow up. Like, she's 100% dead, but it still works out. But yeah, that's a rule that you definitely need to be following on Rek'Sai. Don't use E if you don't need to. But most of the time you are going to be in ganks, but that's a situation that was free. All right, great. This is, I think your early game strategy right now is perfect.
Now I want to do Skull, but I hover mid because, again, voice comms, and she jumps in. I go and try to abuse that.
Yeah.
Now here I try to use my Nimbus Cloak, and yeah, I kind of debated myself.
So this is a thing that you need to think about. I mean, this is really forced. So think about it right now. Katarina knows that you're topside 100%, right? So you showed top, you did that gank. She's so, like, it's going to be on her. It's going to be her fault if she does this gank. And you need to be thinking, like, you need to be respecting that she, you did mention that this is, like, lower elo. But I would still be respecting Katarina, like, hugging bot side. And obviously, Lee Sin's bot now. I wouldn't be looking to gank this at all. Really, honestly, just do, actually, looking right now at Lee Sin, he only has red buff and he has 12 CS. Which means that the path that looks like he's done by now is done red Raptors Krugs. So you actually have you could get so far ahead of this guy. So what I'll do here is just tell you Annie, like you on comms, Annie, just hug topside, Lee Sin's bot, let him get bot Rift Scuttler, danger ping bot lane, and then you take Rift Scuttler, you take blue Gromp, reset, and then come down bot. Because I mean, look, what can Lee Sin get to match that? Like, think about how far behind he's going to be. He can only get a Rift Scuttler and your wolves potentially. But you can get Rift Scuttler, Blue, Gromp, and you still have access to all these camps up here. You know? So you don't need to take this risk. And this is not worth it at all. Like, even though you guys do kill Cat, you dying is not worth it. Dying early as Rek'Sai is like worst thing possible, because then you lose all pressure off the map.
Yeah, I committed way too hard. I should have like taken the flash and go out. Even, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, again,
Danny does survive in a funny way.
You shouldn't have even gone for it in the first place. It's not even burn the flash. Like, the other thing as well is Rek'Sai rule, never trade flashes. Like, that's never best case scenario. Like, your flash needs to be a kill. Really, really important stuff. You can't just trade it like this, because your flash and Rek'Sai, that's a hugely important tool. You can't be wasting that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so yeah, you don't switch out to Red Sweeper Trinket again, Artie, which is just not good. Definitely need that. I like the 2 controls from base, but yeah, really need Red Sweeper. So you come back top here. Alright, this is good gank mid again using comms. Help her push this in. Okay, so this ward here, I like that you're placing your control ward down somewhere. You do have 2. I much prefer my... Like, this is a very easy ward for the enemy jungler to kill. Like, they can walk through this, see this. Even the mid laner can come see this. This is a much better ward to get. Like, people mostly don't check this. It's going to help protect your Garen very well. Very, very good ward. But, I mean, in terms of right now, what I want you to be doing is the fact that you guys have... I mean, you guys have a very, very strong 2v2 right now. You need to be thinking about getting an early dragon ASAP with your mid laner doing really well. So really, I actually want your controls to be bot side. So it's fine, you come get this Rift Scuttler, but I need you to be thinking about, like, Dragon's coming in 7 seconds. Let's create a plan right now in your head. How can I get Dragon as early as possible? Maybe that's through a bot gank. But you need to be using your strength, your mid lane. As soon as you have mid lane priority, mid lane strength, it opens up the map so much. Like, mid lane's such a really good lane to get ahead. But it's obviously a bit more of a difficult lane to gank than other lanes, because obviously the lane's shorter. So does that make sense in terms of controller placement?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so this is all a waste of time here. It's not worth it to... It's not even worth it to kill Lee Sin here. Like, you're missing out on so much right now. Like, Draven's starting to get out of control. I need you to do your Raptors. You still haven't cleared your Krugs once, which is really, really important. Like, I always say, try and clear your Krugs at least once before 5 minutes. It's the camp that gives you the most experience in gold, and it scales when it dies. So, scales experience, really important to get. Like, you're level 4 right now, like 5 minutes. Based on, like, your 3 kills, the early game you've had, you should be definitely at least level 5 by now. And, again, be looking to get Dragon. Like, this is absolute waste of time what you're doing right here. Like, sure, you might even kill Lee Sin, but, like, look how much you extend for it. It's like, sure, you got his flash, but Garen had to burn Flash Ignite. Like, it looks okay, but again, this is not objective focus. Snowball the game through experience and gold. Objectives.
Yep. I believe I go to Drake now, and this is where the big throw is happening.
Okay, so we'll take a look at the setup here. Again, I mean, in terms of, like, look out, you're actually really weak. I mean, you're level 4. Lee Sin's literally out-leveling you. He's level 5. Again, this is just because you simply haven't done your Krugs, your Raptors. Like, you haven't cleared camps enough. And you don't have Red Sweeper Trinket again, which is, again, really, really important. Alright, so you decide to start Dragon here. So you have mid priority, you have bot priority. They do have a control here, so they know you're doing this.
They just put it. They literally just put it, and it's the... I want to back off, and it gets weird.
Yeah, so then this is definitely just a back off situation.
Yeah. Weird shit happening right now.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, think about, like, what's going on here. Like, everyone, like, you're even comms with your Annie right now. Annie's doing one thing. You're, like, trying to finish Dragon. You're a level behind Lee Sin, so your smite's much weaker than his. There's no way you can get this Dragon. Like, literally. It's huge risk. Like, I think what Annie does here is fine. Like, come help Annie kill this Draven, you know? Just leave drag. Stop hitting it. And now Katarina starts, like, getting kills, snowballing. She's, like, sort of back in the game now. So, this is also a thing where you need to be pretty patient. It's like, alright, they know that I've done Dragon. Like, we didn't exactly have mid-priority anymore. Like, it was about even. Like, they could pretty much ditch the wave. But then everyone starts ditching waves and then coming to do this. Like, just let them waste time, ditch waves. Go down here, clear your jungle camps. Maybe look for another regank or something like that. Like, you sometimes just be patient with Dragon. You don't need to rush it. If it's not good, like, if it's a potential risk, especially, I mean, the risk here is ridiculous. Like, you're a level 4 to level 5 Lee Sin. He knows you're on it. There's just no way in a million years you're going to be able to get that dragon. And now look at this. Lee Sin's literally level 6, and you're still level 4. So again, this is just because you're just not being efficient.
My farming was really slacking this game.
And that's a trap that I see Rek'Sai players fall into, is that they think that, oh, like, I'm super early game, like, I need to be everywhere ganking, and then what happens is they're so far behind, their ganking actually just becomes useless. And the saying I always say for this is, help yourself before you can help others, because experience and gold on you is still important. So yeah, really far behind right now. I mean, I would never be in this situation where I have, like, 21 CS at 8 minutes, level 4. This is literally worst case scenario. So even though it may look fancy, it's like, well, I've got 3 kills. Those 3 kills actually really don't mean anything now. Because Lee Sin's actually so far ahead of you. What can I see is gold. So yeah, Lee Sin is 400 gold ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
So these kills literally mean nothing. So really I'd say it's about like... Oh, they just got a kill now. About 10 to probably like 4 kills, really. Like, your kills don't really mean anything. Okay, I like you switch out to Red Sweeper Trinket now.
Okay, there's a... Never mind.
Alright, I do like this blue invade. This is, I think, pretty good. Using Garen's priority. Alright, I mean, we're pretty much up to 10 minutes now. Actually, let's take a look at this. Yeah, this is not gankable. She's not committing to a wave. You're sitting on wards right now. Yeah, you're sitting on a ward. So, I mean, this is just a huge waste of time here.
I think I die here. I get completely one-shotted here.
Okay. So yeah, again, you don't exactly know if this is warded right now. I mean, the way Katarina's playing, like, it actually suggests to me that she probably knows you're here. And like, I actually just checked, there is a ward. There's no reason for you to gank this. There's no way for her to commit to. Just do your red, do your Krugs. Like, there's just experience and gold, and you die.
Yeah.
All right, so definitely a lot in here. The biggest thing here is you going for that mid gank, I think, was really bad. Instead of identifying Lee Sin, had only done his 3 bot side camps, get so far ahead of him, get clear his top side camps, reset, look to get drag ASAP, utilize your mid strength, and just be more patient with dragons. So I hope this was helpful for you, Artie. Is there any other questions you had around this review?
Yeah. The moment that I first ganked mid, and then chased and died in the 1-for-1.
Yep.
What else? Like, how could I play it right? What was the best case? Taking Scuttle and then checking into Lee's jungle.
Yep. So the best case scenario here was literally, as soon as that gank happens, again, I would identify, okay, Katarina knows I'm top side now. She's going to hug bot side. I can't gank that. Or if I do, I will have to waste flash like you do there, and you did. So instead, do Rift Scuttler, Blue, Gromp, maybe even Wolves, and leave a little Wolf. Like, I think that Lee Sin would probably go and check your top side, bot side, like, or gank bot. And again, you'll just danger ping bot, say, hey, Lee Sin bot, let them know. If they die, they die, but you've let them know. And if they survive that gank, you're going to have huge priority. Huge, like, you'll be like approaching level 5 soon. Lee Sin will still be level 3, scratching his head. And then you can reset and then go back bot, look for a gank, or come down pressure here and get an early dragon. So that was best case scenario.
Okay.
Right, cool, Artie. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Thanks for coming on, and I will see you next time.
Thank you. See ya. Good night.
Alright, so that was our first guest. We will now actually jump into the next one. So I do definitely want to try and get all 5 in here tonight, but in the 90 minutes. So we'll sort of just start powering through this. We'll take a look at chat. How's it going, Jihai, the Forbidden Samurai? Zalkin, what's going on? Alright, so let's jump into our next review. I'll actually just get his game up now. So probably match history is actually starting to work now, which is actually pretty handy. But I actually have this game up anyway, so... Onii-chan. Right, Onii-chan, I'm going to drag you in a second, if you can hear me on the stream. I'm just getting your game up now. Nice, it works. Excellent. Alright, Onii-chan, I've just dragged you in if you want to unmute yourself. Alright, welcome to the stream. This is the first time you've been on, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations on silver, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Is this one of your games is this silver when you're actually silver 4, or is this like one of your bronze games that you played to get into silver?
This is one of my bronze games. So far, I've only played one in silver.
Alright, cool. Let's take a look at this. So this is a game that it looks like you won, and you're playing Morgana jungle. Okay, so you actually mentioned this in the Discord, and I actually thought a bit about this Morgana jungle thing. I definitely think it's a niche pick that maybe can work. Like, this is what you've been playing. Is this what you've been playing exclusively? I actually haven't looked at your OPGG.
Nah, I play Graves, Morgana, and a couple of others like Echo, but main two are Graves and Morgana.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously she got changed with the recent patch. She's more of a jungler now. You can definitely clear camps okay. I mean, I'm actually pretty interested. I actually have never reviewed a Morgana game ever, so this will be a first for you. Alright, so let's first... You should be able to see it on the stream. The game should be up on your end.
Yeah.
Let's start with your runes. So you're going Dark Harvest, Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, Mana Flow Band, Gathering Storm, Double AP, Armor. So I mean, to be honest, I don't have any experience with Morgana runes. I think this sounds alright. I mean, this is probably what I would go. Maybe...
Yeah, I switched out the other two now. I don't normally go Mana Flow Band. I go Triumph and Cut Down now.
Okay, interesting. Did you get that? Did you test that and it worked, or did you just see it from someone else? You got inspired, or?
I tested it and it worked, and then I actually saw someone else do it later. So yeah.
I don't know. I think that Mana Flow Band's still pretty good, but maybe even Transcendence here, or going maybe Transcendence, or actually no, sorry, even Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm, like going the more like Eve sort of AP sort of one-shot build. I mean, but yeah, again, I don't have much experience, so that's sort of just my initial thoughts. Cheap Shot obviously works really well off your Q, so definitely will be taking that. Dark Harvest, I think that's probably the rune to go. Definitely if you want to sort of be more carry mode, do lots of damage. I don't think, I mean, Airy sort of doesn't make sense because that's a lane thing, same with Comet. Like, that's, you wouldn't take that as jungler, so it makes sense. Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter. So, I think Relentless Hunter might be better on Morgana. Reason being is that, obviously, if you think about hitting your Q, movement speed is actually better for you, right? Because then you can obviously walk up way faster to them to like hit that Q, and then they're going to be juking, and it's just basically easier to hit Morgana Qs. That's why you go Moby Boots on Morgana support, because she's like so good in terms of just roaming, and you know, move speed just helps to get that Q off. So I mean, Ravenous Hunter I guess makes sense for maybe skirmishing, but I feel like that you're not going to be doing enough abilities and like damage, I feel like, to really utilize this, you know what I mean? Yeah, and especially as a jungler as well, Relentless Hunter is just so good for just be everywhere on the map. Like, I want you to be like a Morgana, just being everywhere, super good, super fast move speed, and again, it's going to help you hit those Qs easier. So maybe try Relentless Hunter next game. But overall, again, I don't know too much about the runes. I'm just spitballing some ideas. And yeah, so let's talk a bit about your early jungle path here. So, I mean, what is your Morgana path? What have you been doing so far?
Oh, sorry, what? You cut off for me?
What have you been doing for your jungle path? Like, what's actually Morgana's jungle path at the moment?
I don't know exactly what the best path is for. What I normally do is red raptors, Krugs into ganking bot, scuttle, do something mid if I can. If not, I'll reset.
Okay, yeah, I actually do remember you actually mentioned this in the Discord, and I actually really like this path. Yeah, this is, I definitely think, the way to go. Also, do you get more damage from W rather than Q if you start off?
Oh, I don't know. I normally go Q just to, it's a little easier to kite it if I can Q it, and then...
Yeah, I think that's still fine. You obviously clear raptors really well. Definitely want you to be doing that on first clear. Okay, so you actually do take a lot of damage, actually. Alright. In terms of killing camps. So I definitely want you to smite the big Krug. That's going to be way better for you than smiting just one of the small ones.
Yeah, okay.
Always smite the big Krug when you do that camp, when you're intending to smite it. You'd be a lot healthier. It does a lot of damage, that one. Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. Come here, clear this. Ooh, okay. So, I mean, obviously, hitting Qs for ganks is really important. Okay, so... So obviously, the way that skill shots just work in League in general is that the closer you are to them, obviously the easier it is to hit. Max range Qs are easier to dodge for the enemy. Like, I feel like this is a Q you definitely should have hit. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go into a masterclass of actually, like, hitting skill shots, but, like this stuff is hugely game-changing stuff, you know? Like, you've missed your Q on Braum, you've showed on the map, your gank's done nothing, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, sometimes as well, like, don't feel like you need to start the gank with Q. Sometimes it's actually really good to start, especially if you don't feel like you need to throw a Q straight away, like they're pretty close to you, like in that situation. Start auto-attacking them, get red buff slows on them first. It's going to help, again, make it easier to hit that Q. And what the enemy is usually going to do is start juking. They're going to start really, like, being really scared of throwing. As soon as you throw that Q, you miss it, like, that's it. Like, they're all happy. It's like, oh, thank God I dodged that. But if they're like, if you hold your Q, the longer you hold your Q, the more, like, threat it is for the enemy team. So sometimes, like, take that into account. And if you can, just start attacks off, start ganks off with red buff, get that tiny little bit slower. It's going to make a difference in hitting those Qs.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to kill a Warwick here. See, I mean, I guess the thing with Morgana is you can't exactly just one-shot someone, like, in terms of early game yet, so... Yeah, what I would be doing here is literally you just need to go back to clearing. I think this is all a big waste of time. So let's just keep farming. I mean, the thing about this is you have to know that Fizz has, like, based right now. So, like, Fizz is low. He's pushed in the wave. Like, there's no reason to try and even, like, go for this gank. Like, the gank's not going to happen. As soon as the lane is pushed in the wave and they're low health like this, there's only one thing they're going to do. They're not going to sit. They're going to want to go back to base, spend their gold. So, yeah, like, there's no reason for him to even come here and face check this bush as well. So, again, like, because the worst thing about this now is you keep showing on the map and you're giving free information to the enemy team on what you're doing. And as soon as you show on the map, everyone on the enemy knows, so enemy bot lane knows they can do whatever they want. Enemy top lane knows that you're top side, so you might play a little bit safer. Like, like keeping information on where, like making sure you're making the enemy team work for vision of you at all times instead of giving it for free is like really, really important.
All right.
Because again, now again from showing that, like, I mean, maybe it may not have influenced it at all, but Warwick now knows he can freely gank bot, and you won't be there to counter gank as well. Like, that's probably not something that these junglers sort of at this elo is thinking about, but like this is sort of things that you need to be thinking about showing the consequences of showing on the map. Okay, looks like your blue buff here reset. This is really not good.
Oh yeah.
So obviously always be cautious when you're dragging that out. We see Warwick top now. Yeah, so this is a situation where you're too low on HP. I really need you to start spending your gold getting some AP items. So don't stay on the map right now. Yes, I know top Rift Skull is up right now, but you can't get this. Like, top has priority. Fizz has priority mid. Like, your Dino looks like she's about to die. Warwick's like here. You don't have enough damage to kill Warwick. Warwick can heal and stuff. Just base right now. Go bot. Just keep farming. Just get your Krugs, Raptors. Just keep farming. Get level 6. That's where Morgana's really, really strong. So good here. I like that you ditched the Rift Scuttler, but a little bit quicker situations. You need to identify that way quicker. Can't do anything. Base, reset, go bot. Okay, so they're actually doing dragon here. Alright, nice steal.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. So this is another situation. I mean, I guess you sort of need to wait. Okay, so Warwick smited randomly. That makes sense. Good steal. Yeah, I think that's fine. The other thing I was thinking of was, as soon as you see them like doing this on here, like just walk around. Like, you don't need to waste your flash. Like right now, these guys are committing to it. Bots there. Like, you're very safe to just walk around and just then throw your Q. Because obviously you want to like sort of hit them with your Q really to get a kill potentially. And what they'll actually do as well, if you start walking up to here, Warwick's going to be forced to walk behind the dragon to dodge your Q. So then he's going to be even more stuck. Like, worst case scenario for Warwick. But I mean, it still works out. And yeah, maybe you also wouldn't have died there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you never want to be in a situation as Morgana where you're like in melee range of a bunch of people, right? You want to be from a distance, hitting those Qs, making sure the enemy team's like working to try and get onto you rather than just being, hey guys, here I am, just auto-attack me to death. Because you're obviously super squishy as Morgana.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright. Couldn't exactly afford any controls out of base, so I think it's fine. Yeah, again, I just need you to farm up. Farm. You have missed doing your Krugs. And I hate skipping Krugs bot side when I don't need to. And I think it's a situation where you didn't need to skip your Krugs. It just gives so much experience in gold. Fizz is basing right now. There's nothing more for you to do. Dinah's not here yet. I mean, I guess maybe you're thinking, I want to go topside, but I need you to be level 6 as well. And again, not doing those Krugs is going to delay your level 6 so much. I mean, you're level 5 right now. You're not going to be probably level 6 until around 9 minutes, 30 seconds, till like 10 minutes, which is really not good. That's really far behind jungling. And this is again because you've sort of only done your Krugs once.
Yeah, okay.
So now, you know, Set's going to get away now. So again, I mean, you just don't have any damage. You need to just farm up and utilize your team. The other thing is with Morgana, you always need to be ganking with your team. You can never go on solo missions because you don't, again, have enough damage to just one-shot people. So, I mean, Morgana really, that's why she's more suitable in the support role because she can, like, complement champs really well. But in terms of, like, walking around one-shotting people, like, that's not what she can do, you know? But I still think it can work in the jungle, potentially. But you need to be really adopting this mindset better. It's like, especially that set gank, I would have thought, like, before, like, there's no way this is gankable. Like, I don't have enough damage to kill him. So just farm, you know? Or, like, wait for Aatrox. So, yeah. So now you've got level 6 now at 10 minutes. And I mean, again, seeing right now, looking at the Warwick, like this is the level of junglers that you're versing against as well. I mean, they're so far behind as well. Warwick is equally far behind. If you did all these things, if you cleared your Krugs, like started just identifying, all right, I just need to farm, get to level 6, you will be so far ahead of these enemy junglers you're versing that you just completely just be so much stronger, just outclass every jungler. Because these junglers that you're versing, like, I don't think Warwick has actually done his Krugs once this game, and this is why he's level 5 at 10 minutes.
Alright.
So yeah, I want you to have a bit more of a focus on just farming, experience and gold. And not too, like, obviously if a gank presents itself, but don't force ganks. Like that one where you showed mid on that fizz, showing on the map again, think about that as like worst case scenario. Whenever you show on the map and you don't do anything, that's like slapping the wrist as a jungler. So I hope this was helpful for you. Do you have any questions around this early game?
No, not really.
Right, and yeah, keep on it, dude. Keep climbing. What's your goal for season 10?
Like a gold one.
Awesome. Well, we got a long way to go there, and you obviously love to have you back on the show, and yeah, let me know on the Discord if you need any help, and yeah, keep it up.
Yeah. All
right. Thanks for coming on. See you later. Okay, that was our second review. Let's actually just jump straight into the next one here. So our next one is going to be Bowen. Alright, Bowen, I've just dragged you in if you hear me on the stream, if you want to unmute.
Hello.
Alright, Bowen, you came on, I think it was last week, right?
Yep.
How's your ranked been going since then? Obviously, we had a bit of struggles the last week or so, but it's actually, you're doing some really, really good games. I'm seeing you posting in Discord, like your Sejuani is doing a bit better. Like in general, how are you going over the last like couple of days?
I think like now it's like I'm making an impact. Like almost every single one of my games, I'm getting ace or MVP.
Whatever. So what changed? What changed from that super frustrating times to now? What's the difference?
I think I just started to understand pathing better. My vision is still atrocious, but like the pathing is going better. Like I'm pathing towards middle now instead of pathing toward corners, which I think is really beneficial because it opens up more possibilities for what I can do.
Great, yeah, absolutely. So we'll take a look at your early game here. I'm actually just gonna. So you did send me that stream.
Yeah,
is match history working now?
Yeah, the most recent game, the 466, that would probably be the one that it's probably better than the game on stream, because the two games I had on that stream were very iffy games, I think.
What's your summoner name again?
It's Uncalc, but with an I.
Do you want to just send it to me on Discord?
Yeah. And it's NA.
Yep. Alright, come on, match history, work for me. Nice. And it's the last game, the most recent one, 466, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know what happened this game. I thought I played it okay, but let me just take a look at this, who I was playing with, to refresh real quick. Okay, I was playing against a Xin Zhao, who was running Hail of Blades, so I was, and he went 20 KP, so absolutely destroyed me.
Alright, so, I mean, instantly thinking of the Xin Zhao matchup into Sejuani. So, obviously, you struggle a lot against Xin Zhao early, but you hard outscale a Xin Zhao. So, your goal going into this game is just survive, just farm, and protect your teammates as much as possible.
Yeah, that was the plan that I was trying to go with.
So, let's take a look at how you execute on this plan. Alright, so, taking a look at your runes here. Okay, Aftershock, Demolish. Do you go Font of Life here at all?
No.
I think Font of Life is, especially since, so you're sort of like lower elo bronze, just take Font of Life. It's going to help your skirmishing a lot better. Especially the fact that I don't think you're going to get into positions when you're going to be really hitting towers that much. Yeah, Demolish is more of like a situational rune. I would go Font of Life most games.
Okay.
Conditioning, good. Overgrowth, good. And Triumph and Tenacity. Okay, I never ever like going Tenacity on Sejuani. Like, no matter how much DC I'm versing. I feel like the attack speed is so important to get that your passive off. And it also just helps your jungle clear speed because I feel so weak and so slow when I take Tenacity. Like, you're already going to be a tank. You could have the option to build Merc Treads. But I actually used to go the Tenacity, but then I just came to the conclusion I have to take attack speed on Sedge.
So you want me to go Alacrity instead?
Yeah, Legend Alacrity. And then you go Armor Health. That's good. Alright, so let's take a look at your early jungle path now. Actually, do you have any other questions around the runes there?
So I should still be going Precision second tree, right?
Yeah, that's the best tree. I think that's like cookie cutter. I wouldn't go anything else. Again, the attack speed is so important on Sedge, like hugely important.
Right, and then obviously the first rune, the offensive rune, you want to go with attack speed.
Yeah, always attack speed.
And then the second rune, the flex rune, do I just change that depending on what jungler I'm facing? Because it can be either armor or MR, right? So
yeah, so if I'm versing so let's say an Echo jungle, I will take I mean, it sort of depends as well as what you're versing in terms of if you're versing a very heavy AP comp, then I would go magic resist health. But if you're versing like a bit of AP, a bit of AD in your AP jungler, then I will go armor and magic resist and actually not worry about the health at all. And then I won't be looking to build Warmogs really at all those games.
Okay.
Because obviously Warmogs really works well.
Right.
Off,
the reason why you build the health rune is so that you can hit 3k.
That's right. Yeah.
Right at like level 12, like right when you basically finish Warmogs.
Yeah. Okay, the other thing as well is with Sedge, I never really like starting blue buff ever. I feel like my clear is so weak to the point where I actually can't gank after I clear red buff because I've burned through both my pots. I mean, obviously right now you really don't want to be ganking too much. Like, you need to be getting level 4 ASAP. So the path that I will do right here is just, again, outscaling, super highly efficient path. Red, Krugs, Raptors, come down here. Maybe even place a ward first, just to make sure Xin Zhao hasn't potentially invaded you. Blue, Rift Scuttler, Gromp, Wolves, base, second Krugs. That would be my game plan this game. Wouldn't even worry about a gank.
Okay.
Until you've based.
Gotcha.
And why I like to really start red buff as well is because, like, your clear is just faster. Because, like, let's say you got the red buff burn all the time, it's going to make a difference. You're going to be healthier. And, yeah, I only do this path if I feel like, obviously I want to gank top. Actually, no. I'd never do this path anymore. I used to do this path and always start red as Sedge, no matter what side you're starting on.
You know, I understand, like, where that logic of that comes into play, but, like, I felt like the bot lane, I was better off trying to impact top lane here, so I felt pretty comfortable doing this clear.
Alright, so, again, the thing is right now is, like, how are you going to be able to impact top lane with, like, the amount of health you're on right now?
Once I get scuttled, my health goes back up.
I know, but what happens if Xin Zhao's here?
Then I just have to back off of it, right?
Yeah, and that's the risk I don't want you to go into at all. What I want you to do, again, like, you can still impact top, and I want you to impact top, but do it after on your base when you're much stronger and you're level 4. So, again, if you do that path and base, you would be top to impact them, you know, but you would have your items, you'll be much stronger, you're level 4. Because I don't like ganking as Sejuani as level 3. I just feel so weak.
Okay. So then would I start with buff still, but like finish wolves back and then clear the top side and then go into the gank?
That's right. Yeah. No, okay. I mean, you could skip your top, you could skip your Krugs. Maybe you gank straight out of base. So the best path for you this game, red, Krugs, Raptors, blue, Rift Scuttler, Gromp, Wolves, then base, and then you can come straight to a gank. Or if you can't, then you do Krugs, Raptors, you just keep farming.
Okay.
Got it? Because what you're doing here is like, again, I understand your thought process, but the risk is too high. Like the fact that you're again against the Xin Zhao, like you even need to just give up Rift Scuttler there as well. So I mean, again, think about it right now. Like your game plan was to impact top. Have you impacted top with this path? No, you know, and you're being like, you could be way further ahead right now. You haven't done your Krugs yet, which is hugely important. Like you could be doing your second Krugs, you will be so far ahead in experience and gold. See, and now you lose this Rift Scuttler anyway. So I mean, again, the perfect example right now is I haven't seen this VOD at all, Bowen, and I could already tell what was going to happen based on your path, or I had a pretty high chance, and it happened, you know? So again, this is how important early jungle pathing is, and identifying, especially as Sedge, sometimes when you're against early junglers, just be like, I'm just going to get level 4. Your entire goal is just fully clear your jungle, and you need to figure out a way to get that as quickly as possible. Sometimes I like to, if I've cleared my top side and I feel like it might be too risky to go into my bot, then I will go and place a ward here and then clear it. But again, in bronze, I don't think that Xin Zhao is going to be invading you much.
Right. So, like, I guess that clear could work though against like a more like late game jungler, like one that scales.
No, when you're versing late game junglers, then you have more reason to actually gank.
Right, so that's why if I wanted to impact top, if it was a late game jungler, would I theoretically be able to go with the same route?
No, I think never start blue, no matter what, as Sejuani.
Okay.
But if you're playing any other champion, then I think that you can definitely do that path. Because again, you're just too low health. And I mean, in terms of even impacting, the even thought process to impact Shen, like Shen is so hard to gank as Sedge, Cass. You're never going to be able to kill a Shen, honestly. It's good for you to come here and protect Cassiopeia, potentially. That's actually the only reason I'll do that path. Maybe I would do that path if I'm just want to protect Cass. I just come here, show my face, maybe scare off Xin Zhao, place a ward, and then just back off and clear my Krugs, and then base, and then go bot and clear back up. But that's like more advanced stuff. Like that's more like, again, I just want you to focus on being as strong as possible to just outscale as in. Like that's how you win this game, especially in bronze. Because I mean, again, looking at what's happening right now, Bowen is your level 3 at 5 minutes. Just worst case scenario as a Sedge. I would be level 4 at like 3 minutes, like 30 seconds.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alright, well that's pretty much all I want to go. I just want you to just hammer in that early jungle path for you, Bowen. Yeah. Now you sort of know, I guess, what to do against early game junglers versus late game junglers. So I hope this was helpful for you. Did you have any other questions around that?
I guess like that. I mean, that makes sense to me. It's just, I guess I wasn't seeing it that way because I was thinking that I always had to like try to get a gank like level, because the way that I path without like getting Krugs first go, like you get you get 4 off the crab and then you can gank from there. So I guess I'm just hard stuck in that mindset.
Yeah,
but
that's a huge trap that I actually, once I figured out I didn't have to do that every game, like opened up my world. Like having that option where I'm like uncomfortable to not do it.
Yeah. Because I guess even if you look at like, I'm gonna look at my OPGG real quick to see like what games I'm winning and what games I'm losing. I lost against a Xin Zhao. I lost against this game was against a Shaco.
Yeah, you need to follow the same principles there.
Yeah, because Shaco's an early game jungler, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I outscaled him all game, but then my Twitch and Pike just ran it down into Wukong, and the Wukong got fed. But then this game I lost, and it was against a Jax, who's also really strong early. This one I won against.
Jax is a bit weaker actually. I mean, in terms of compared to you as Sedge, like you are gonna lose. Yeah. To a Jax. Did he take Conqueror as well? You lose to every Conqueror champ early game as Sedge.
Okay. Yeah, he took Conk domination, and then this game I won against a Shiv, who's also another pretty weak early game jungle. I lost to a Shiv, and then let's see, I lost to a Zac. I beat an Echo. Lost to Nunu. I mean, I guess it seems like I'm like the games that I'm winning seem to be against junglers who try to scale with me for the most part, and it seems like I'm losing a lot against like early game jungles, and I
Yeah.
think it has
To do with the
something.
path.
Yeah, it might just be because of pathing.
The other thing as well, actually, Joe in the chat said, I mean, you even could have ganked bot as well, because the thing with like that red clear, like let's say again, I think that impact in top was the wrong move actually. Like bot is actually
Okay.
great for you to gank. Like Lux and Jinx is super vulnerable. You have Leona CC, so again, doing that path would have opened up option to level 4 gank bot. But I still want you to get level 4 ASAP.
Gotcha. So so against an early jungler, I should go for my Krugs immediately.
Yep,
But
red
like,
Krugs, Raptors.
let's say I'm starting bot side, right?
Yeah.
So I'm starting on blue, or on blue team. So I get my bottom. If I start red on blue, then I like my first path is going to be going upwards, so I won't be impacting bot.
Mhm.
So in that situation, do I skip Krugs and then come back later, grab Krugs and then impact bot after my back, or do I for first Krugs, or do I go ahead and I just go red Krugs, Raptors, blue, and then into the Scuttle Crab, and then from there I probably look for my Gromp, right? If there's nothing to do on the map,
Yeah, so
because Gromp gives really good early XP, I think.
yeah, it does. It definitely does. Actually, a option that I also, again, this is another thing that will open up. Like, let's say if you really want to impact bot, or you want to protect bot, and you're blue side. Like, what you can do is actually do red, Raptors, Wolves, blue, and then base. Like, don't even worry about Gromp. And go straight bot, and then look to gank.
Okay, so no crab either.
Nah, you can't get top crab, and then you can maybe look to get bot crab. But the thing about that,
Okay.
again, is that so the thing I like about that path is that if I'm versing early aggressive junglers like Xin Zhao Lee Sin, they like to do red, blue, Gromp, and then look to gank. And doing this path of red, Raptors, blue, Gromp, you'll be able to like sort of like, I mean, not exactly, they could gank before you, but if they're going to be around bot side, you can be there for a counter gank, and that one counter gank can like win you a game of Sedge. Because no one expects you ever to be there. And again, this might be, again, you have to take everything I say is more higher elo. Like, if they see me start red, they'll be thinking, okay, he's going to be top side for the thing. But hugely takes by them surprise when they find me down bot at like 3 minutes, 30 seconds. They're like, how's this, like, what path did he do? And I did the super quick bot impact path of red, Raptors, Wolves, blue, and just be straight bot.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Well, I appreciate it.
No worries, Bowen. Keep it up. Let me know in the Discord if you need any of the help, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Joey Senpai, I definitely did think that definitely should have prioritized top at all. Just Senji, there's just no way going to kill a Shen with Sedge and Cassio. If you're looking to early gank bot, why not red Raptors and Krugs as blue side? If you're looking to early gank bot, why not red Raptors, Krugs, and then gank? So as Sedge, I don't like doing that. Like that's a great path to do is like say like Rek'Sai or like Lee Sin or something like that, or like early strong junglers. Again, priority for Sedge is I have to get level 4. That's just like my priority. And doing this path just opens up to too much risk. Because Sedge is actually not, especially the fact that you're going to be starting Talisman, doing blue and Gromp. Actually, do I have the screen up here? Yeah. Doing blue and Gromp, like you're going to take a lot of damage and you're so slow at doing that with Sedge. Sedge is a terrible blue Gromp taker. And I don't like forcing myself into that situation because again, it opens up maybe the enemy bot lane decides I fail the gank or whatever, and then they can come and defend it very easily. And the enemy jungler can usually just clear faster than Sedge can, and I'm just going to lose so much momentum. So does that make sense, Joey Senpai? I'm going to drag you in anyway, we can talk about this. But on Sedge, I just hate doing that vertically jungling. I like to just do a clean game, safe, bam, you scale, don't worry too much about early game, just get to level 4. Alright, so we are going to jump into the next one. I'm actually going to drag you right into here right now, Joey Senpai. Alright, Joey, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Did you hear my explanation about the why not I don't like doing that as Sedge? Make sense?
Yep. Yeah. The question there, I mean, I don't really play Sejuani, so the idea of that for me, I mean, like, that clear I would be doing something on, like, Rek'Sai or Elite, which works more because you have a little bit more early pressure. But, yeah, I can definitely see why that wouldn't be ideal for Sejuani, who needs that level 4 and who needs, like, who doesn't really want to be invading a strong enemy jungler early.
Who sucks at doing blue and gromp because she's got talisman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so I guess match history is still working, but I wouldn't actually mind just still going over the recording that you did. Just try it out once.
Yeah.
Bit different.
Yeah, I'll send you the timestamp of when the game actually starts, so you don't have my...
I've actually got it up already. I already prepared that.
Oh, sweet. Oh, awesome. Well done. You did all the work already.
Okay, so, I mean, how do you want to do this? Do you want to listen to your audio, your comms, or...
Yeah, we can just do like bit by bit and then I guess analyze through here to get the kill.
Okay, well, let's see how we're doing for time. I do have one more guest yet, so we'll start off with that. We'll start with the early game. I mean, but in terms of let's do tab. I just want to see. Where's champ select? Let's do that first. All right, yeah. Tell me about what you're thinking in terms of champ select here. We won't go over your audio here. I think you explain it, but yeah, just tell me about what you're thinking in terms of win condition.
Win condition for this game. Well, I know we have quite a strong, like I'm going to be pretty strong late game, because I have the Yuumi with me, so I can just run around and be quite tanky. And I know that because we have Mordekaiser, we don't really have any other frontline, so I decide this looks like a good game for me to go Cinta Hulk tank, because if I go Warrior, I'm just sort of going to be like way too squishy as a frontline. I'm going to get blown up.
Yep.
And our win condition is basically just going to be like Mordekaiser being able to pick off somebody, win the 1v1, and then we can, I'll hopefully be still alive and we can 5v4. And hopefully our bot lane is basically where I want to be putting most of my attention early game. Because the Jin Yuumi, I don't want them to lose too hard, because otherwise it'll be quite hard for us in fights.
Yeah, so in terms of the talk of Cinderhulk Olaf, I do like your sort of mindset here. It's like, I guess you don't exactly have like a tank, but ideally I would avoid picking Olaf. If I have to go Cinderhulk, like, I just won't pick Olaf. I think Olaf is so much better. Warrior, Black Cleaver, just one shot, just super OP, just killing everyone. As soon as you get outscaled so hard as Olaf, like, you're so useless.
Yep.
Going Cinderhulk, like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's way better, stronger. I even think Jarvan Cinderhulk Stoneplate is better than Olaf, because at least you're a bit more utility, you know. Olaf sort of just walks into your face. So in general, I think that never ever pick Olaf and go Cinderhulk. I would even still all in, still go Warrior this game if you're picking Olaf. And let's say your comp just happens to be this if you early pick Olaf.
Yeah, I think I might have early picked him this game, which is why I decided after I saw our team comp, I was like, I think I need to be a bit tankier, a bit more frontline. Because I think if I go Warrior this game, they just have too many ways to blow me up.
Yeah, well, the way I also think this as well is like, you lose that way anyway. So go Warrior and just like try and snowball and just hope, you snowball. And then, I mean, they can't blow you up. They can't. The thing about Olaf is that you can't blow Olaf up if he's so much more damage than you. Like, you solve all your problems with damage. Olaf does like the most damage in melee range if you play your fights correctly than any other champion. So getting blown up is not even a question, because you lifesteal so much and so strong at skirmish and do so much damage that's not an issue for you. So
yeah, I just saw the Vladimir Echo, like Lucian Rengar, and I was like, yeah, I feel like if we don't have a front line, they're just going to run over us. But I can see why, like with the Yuumi as well, I would have a little bit more survivability if I was going.
Yeah, but again,
I did want to go for that damage.
I think in terms of the front line, like, you lose front line fights anyway, I think, because you're against a Vlad.
Okay. Yep.
Like, Rengar can just one shot your back. Like you can't peel Rengar being.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because as Olaf, so Olaf again is never really good as that tank utility. Just don't pick it that way. Okay, so yeah, let's listen to a bit of your comms. I'll sort of just stop talking a bit and let's
I
listen
guess
to
he
it
just doesn't
here.
want to fight ever. Okay. Let's just walk in. I can't move. I can't move. Oh, I might be catch. Hopefully we can catch Vlad here.
Okay, so I'll pause it here, and I just want to talk a little bit about this invade. So you're taking the blue. I didn't hear your thought process around it, but why did you want to take his blue?
Well, this is basically just the path I do most games. If I have, if they have a top laner who's quite weak early, I usually just invade the enemy team's top side, standard, just so that I can deny them at least one camp or one buff to start off my game.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I
usually-
think that's a good thought process. The thing you need to always take into consideration is like you might be trading sides of the map. And you need to think, do I want to trade sides of the map this game? Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the answer.
Which here I didn't, because bot lane was my win con.
No.
Oh, I guess I can do that with Vlad. Yeah.
I think that you shutting out Vlad early. Your Mordekaiser's got Ignite as well. Like Vlad is actually really, really crappy early game. Like his W's on a huge cooldown. I actually think it's actually good for you to trade sides of the map. So it doesn't sound like that was your thought process, but
I think in the review I might have said that, but then during just like a few minutes ago in Champ Select, I said I wanted to be going around with bot side, but I think in the review I said I want bot lane to be like our safe weak side, and then I want to play around Mordekaiser.
yeah.
So I think in the game that was my thought process, but now as post analysis I was flipping sides.
So yeah, I think this
But
is.
do you think it's actually better to just be playing around top side here with the
Yeah.
Mordekaiser?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can assume they probably aren't.
Well, my idea here usually is that I'll take either at least one camp top, so like at least like their blue or red, and then usually one more camp sometimes if I feel like they aren't going to fast clear to their red, and then I'll just go and do my other side, and then sometimes I will do like I'll try and do 3 camps.
Okay, yeah. So
That's
this
quite
is
a nice advantage.
this is actually really important what you do here. So let's take a look at this. I'm actually curious again. I'll listen to your comms.
I don't want to get caught here and die, because if I do, that's really, really, really bad.
Okay, so you actually literally say here, I don't want to get caught here and die. I would definitely yank his Gromp as well.
Okay. My thought process is that I get quite low when I do blue Gromp on Olaf. And if Rengar does his red to blue to Gromp, which is what I was expecting him to do, something like that, he will just destroy me. Because like I was thinking at this point I would be maybe like 300 health if I use the potions and take the Gromp.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, like invade, take 2 camps, and then end up dying, giving him his blue buff and a kill, and then he can do my red or something, and I'll maybe not do my red, but he'll be at least like on equal footing. At least it'd be better.
So I mean, I guess the thing about this is that Rengar has so much decision fatigue right now to know like what to do in this game, that like let's say even if he shows on like you're doing Gromp and then you have all these wards here. If he really is here, just back off and you can just safely walk up top and then just walk out and then just go do your red. But again, I think that's so unlikely. I don't think Rengar's actually do that path of red, blue, Gromp.
Okay.
I think they actually like, because
see,
they can AoE down like Raptors and stuff with the W and stuff, and like they can clear pretty well with that brush near Raptors.
Yeah, I was thinking he'll either do because they didn't have any idea if I was on blue. I thought maybe he'll just come to just like to make sure I didn't do it, or to like push me away if I did like a red to blue. But I was thinking he might just do like his Krugs and then come, because I didn't think he would want to do the Raptors. But at the same time, I'm not really an expert on Rengar clearing, because I mean I don't really play Rengar.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, that's a gap in my game knowledge, which I should fill.
See, I definitely think, I mean, again, he hasn't actually showed here at all, so I actually don't know what camp he's done at all. But,
I think in the game, I'm trying to check his pathing as well as I can. I think he's done red Krugs, because we don't see him. And I count how many camps he's done, so I keep tabbing to look at his CS when he shows. And I think I track that he's done, I think it was red Krugs, Wolves, Gromp.
Okay,
and then he shows top.
So, the thing as well, so right now, I'm looking on your screen, you're actually not looking at top lane at all. Look at like the way Vlad's like posturing right now. I need to know what's going on top. And again, the thing with you doing Gromp, like this is actually the biggest reason why I want you to do Gromp, is because you'll be level 3 off red and you could instantly gank top. And it would be way quicker to do that than taking Krugs now.
Yeah.
And in terms of being worried about being too low health, like you have Smite and 2 pots. Like obviously you want to be low health clearing jungle, but Olaf has no problem getting back healthy in the jungle, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, like this is actually, like, because right now I actually want you to come and gank this Vlad. Firstly, I need to see what's happening. You're not looking on the map at all, which is really important. Like this is, I mean, look at Vlad. He's so overextended right now. He's literally dead. Like he could be walking to ward right now and you would actually be there and killed him. Or like at least burn his flash, but I think you would have killed him because you could just flash after him, keep it slowing him.
Yeah. So I think that's just a failure to calculate that I could play through the win condition top, because I was just thinking I want to full clear down to bot side to make sure I don't lose my blue buff.
No, I mean you have to be happy losing your blue buff. That's all good. Like if you can get your Mordekaiser super far ahead and then just keep snowballing top, that's your win condition. And if bot can just keep minimizing, that's great. Maybe you can come down there for one counter gank later to just really stuff him up. But then again, top. Get a Rift Herald early. But I mean, look at where top is right now. Like this was a free kill. Like you haven't looked at the lane once. Really not good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just because it sounds like you are commentating during this game. Like, is it?
Yeah, I think that my like commentating of this game, it's
a lot of work.
Like,
I've done it before.
Yeah, I commentated a lot of, like, I was basically putting a lot of my thought process on exactly where this Rengar is, and so I basically knew at this exact point, I think he's just finished his wolves and he's going to his Gromp, so he would have just noticed that he lost his blue buff, and I think we just see him, so I think I get verification on that because we see him showing, I think in like 10 seconds mid, which means that he is topside. He didn't have the blue buff, which means he didn't do mine. And so that's basically where my head is at right now. I'm not really thinking about top at all. I'm just thinking full clear, track the jungler, and try and keep bot and mid alive.
Yeah. No, I think that, I mean, Olaf is a very good level 3 ganker. And again, you had opportunities to gank this 100%, this Vlad, based on this. Yeah. And again, you're not looking at it all. But I wouldn't be caring about Rengar at all. Let him do him. Like, you beat Rengar 1v1 super hard easy anyway. Don't worry too much about where he is. Like the fact that he doesn't know that you started blue is huge momentum advantage for you. But if you let's say if you did blue, Gromp, red, gank top, killed Vlad, then Rengar sees you top, is like, oh my god, he's like killed Vlad, like this is not good, he's already ganked, my blue's gone. You reset, then you go down to bot, do your blue, you defend that, you've 3 buffed him, clear back all the way up to top. Rengar will now be bot side. You can get another free kill on Vlad again. So again, really important around that. What you do when you steal the enemy team's buff. So again, I like your thought process, but I think you really messed it up there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think if I had the idea of I need to play around my top lane of this game, my decision making and my thought process would have been lots different.
That's why, again, this is why I really talk about. Oh, we've got an advertisement here.
Really? Sorry.
That's why I really talk about. Yeah, I mean, why it's so important to identify early win condition, because then your entire thought process, your pathing changes around that, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that advertisement.
Is this money going to you?
No, this isn't a choice of mine. I have no say in this.
Okay. All right. So, so the thing about this now, so I like that you came down mid here, and obviously Yas just literally just killed Echo. But remember, now the thing you instantly need to note is that you've just shown on the map right now.
Yeah, exactly, which is,
really important. Okay, but actually Rengar shows here.
Yeah, exactly. He shows 10 seconds later mid, and that's when we know exactly that he is, he doesn't invade my bot side jungle. Which is really good for me. Which is
good, this actually means that you double risk skull this guy. The fact that you have priority mid right now, Yas can actually help you push Rengar off, but you aren't healthy right now after you clear this. Why don't you have 2 smites. Smite, Gromp, the big raptor camp, use a health pot, you'll be like 70% health. Now you're walking into this right now on 20% health with a Rengar with a brush here. Like, I can already tell this goes bad. Like, don't spoil it for me. Alright, Rengar kills you here. And Rengar is going to get away. Like, so you just died, and you could have got double Rift Scarlet. You lose so much momentum from this. So actually, yes, you're pretty lucky. Yes, actually gets that kill there.
Yeah.
Echo
yeah,
doesn't
I'm
come
really
here in
lucky.
time. But I mean, that was like,
Yeah,
that's a
that smite
simple
would have been-
mistake. Like
Yeah.
you just see Rengar, Rift Scarlet's coming up soon. Like, you need to be healthy. There's no more room for you being low health and clearing camps anymore because you're quicker clearing camps. Your objective right here is, I want to double Rift Scarlet this guy. He just showed mid. I have priority mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that was my thought process as well, but I just didn't smite the camp for whatever reason.
And you still not
I
using
think,
you need to using a health potion as well. This is a suicide.
I start using the health potion when I walk over there, I think. But
This is all
yeah.
these little things make a huge difference. And again, look at this, you die.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Leveling up.
And the worst thing about this now is if you're going Cinderhulk Olaf, you're going to be like literally non-existent in this game, just for the fact that you've died there now.
Yeah. I felt that this game.
I'm traveling all across the map. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had smited there, I would have double scuttled. I don't think I would have died. That's pretty bad, huh? Because that was my idea. I like on comms, I'm saying like, oh, we have mid prior. We know he has to go there to get the 21 CS.
So I mean, I'm saying
over.
these are really simple mistakes, and obviously, you're dumb and fall. Like, I think maybe it was because you're commentating this game. You're just because again, it's really difficult, and that's why I actually don't like stream or anything like that. Talking through my game,
Yeah.
because it reduces my gameplay, my thought process so much because your mind's
That's
running
why I
a
only
million
did it
times an hour.
just for the review.
But I mean,
I wouldn't usually do this until like you.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, we don't know that for sure, Joey. We don't know that
Oh
for
no,
sure.
I wouldn't usually commentate and stream my solo queue games.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't usually make these mistakes. I'm sure I make lots of mistakes in my solo queue games. I wouldn't be D4.
All right. So we go bot out of base now for Dragon. We see a ward placement here. Echo runs away.
You.
Rengar shows on mid, but looks like he's going back top.
So the reason I do this is I want to know if he's done his... Because I'm basically confirming what I thought earlier about his pathing. So we now know for sure that he did his red Krugs Wolves Gromp to get that 16 CS that we saw him on when he came mid. And so I know that he didn't do his Raptors.
Yeah.
So this just confirms basically what I know about his timings for his Krugs and stuff like that. And where he's going to be on the map later on.
So again, you're thinking way too much, Joey, I think, about the enemy Rengar and not like how to actually win this game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look at this right now. So, I want to go back a little bit. So, I think you wasted your sweeper trinket here and your control ward. Like, you completely messed this up. So, this, I would be control warding this brush and then saving my sweeper for something else. Like, either to come down, bot clear this, or make sure Echo hasn't warded mid. Control ward this because right now, your control wards can't be aggressive. You're on the back foot as Olaf. Like, you can no longer probably 1v1 Rengar anymore. The fact that, again, you don't have any 80 items. He's got a kill. He's probably got Tiamat now. I actually don't even know what his items are. But you're on defense sort of mode, in a way. And, like, this invade, again... So, this control ward as well. This is such a waste of a control ward because this is such an easy ward to clear. You know? And, alright, so let's look at right now. So, any team knows you're here. Echo knows you're here. You need to just, like, beeline out of here right now. Where is Leona? Tell me where Leona right is right now.
I think she's walking up with the Echo. I think they're both walking up.
But look out, if you know that, then why are you spending all this time here?
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
your bot lane's
exactly.
in base.
Yeah.
So the rule that I follow here is as soon as I'm making it obvious what I'm doing, and the enemy team's missing, and look, this is map awareness 101. It looks like Leona actually is here, and I'm actually
Yeah,
curious.
I think we saw her or something. Yeah, I think we see her clear this, which is why I know. So. Yeah. I think we may have had vision.
I
of
mean,
her or
I
something,
guess-
because I think I saw her on the minimap.
Oh wait, actually, you still should win this 2v2. What the hell happens here?
I go the wrong. Yasuo goes down and I go up towards Echo because I thought he was going the same way as me.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so I think I died at Ignite here because I don't plug the potion in time.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
don't
not
start
you're not
popping that
healing.
potion.
Yeah, you're not popping potions again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pop
Actually, I popped
potion
it immediately.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really.
And yeah.
And you just died to the ignite.
I should have popped it as soon as I saw Leona go on me, and I wouldn't have died. But yikes. Yeah. See, if I just flash away towards Yasuo here, I live instantly.
Yeah. So I mean,
I did it way too late.
these are really small crucial mistakes here, like really big stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna end the review here because you're 0-2 right now. You're building Cinder Hulk. It's like you're literally, it's the game's not done for you. It's out of your control. So, this is actually really good to look at your perspective as well. I mean, looking at lanes, like we need to be doing that a lot more. I think you missed so much opportunity top, didn't play around that win condition, and you're really greedy with your smites and didn't respect Rengar's damage.
Very good. You should keep that.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I think I
that'll-
struggle against. I was just gonna say, I think I struggle against junglers whose pathing I'm not too certain on. Like, I think here I did actually have a pretty good job of choosing where he was going to path because he took the same path that I thought he would. But like, I shouldn't have to guess. I should know for sure what his best path is, which I didn't really this game, which is something I need to work on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
All right, any other
Yeah,
questions you have?
Just about that, do you think the best way to gain knowledge on a champion's pathing, so that you can track them, is to play that champion, or to watch reviews of people playing that champion, or like what should I do to improve that aspect of my gameplay? Yeah,
Absolutely. Just go and dom you some replays or jungle. What's that channel called? I forgot what it's
Jungle
called.
like challenger replays.
How to jungle or whatever. Yeah, just take a look at a bunch of Rengars.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think, again, maybe some do that path, but I think that path is just so outdated anyway. Like, especially like Diamond, like people are like a little bit more advanced in the terms of their pathing. I don't think people will do red, blue, Gromp. But I mean, even if you did that path, my point is you still should have done Gromp. You know?
Yeah, I still should have. Yeah, I still should be able to get healthy enough to fight him because his level 2 isn't really that good because he doesn't get his ferocity fast enough. Yeah, I know. I definitely see in hindsight what you're talking about here with the taking the Gromp, going to red, playing around topside. But in the game, in the moment, I didn't pick the right win condition. Anyway,
Alright, Joe,
that's really
thanks
helpful.
for coming on, and
Yeah, sweet.
I'll see you next
Thanks a lot,
time.
Yes, yeah.
Alright, so Poltron in the chat says, do you need red buff to 1v1 the enemy jungler as Olaf right now? You mean if you just do a 3-camp bot side, and then, I mean, you'll be level 3 there, and fight people? I mean, I don't think you need red buff, but obviously red buff's ideal. Depends again what jungle you're versing. I mean, I feel like you're versing a Lee Sin with red buff as Olaf. I mean, it depends. I'm not a big Olaf player myself, but I know he's super strong 1v1 from level 2 onwards. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think you need red, but I mean, before you really do anything on the map, like red's really ideal. Obviously the health regen and everything. When he invaded their blue, if you took blue Gromper, then ganked top, and Rengar showed, do you want to 1v1 him? I mean, probably not around that area, because there's a lot of brushes in that area. So I probably wouldn't. But if it's like me out in the open with Rengar, for sure, I think you would win that 1v1. I don't think Rengar's got Conqueror. I don't know if that Rengar went Conqueror. Alright, so we're going to jump into our last review now. I'll drag him in now. Alright, SteamyMerlin, you're on the air. Can you hear me all good? Oh, I think I cut out. Are you there, SteamyMerlin?
Hi, sorry.
Great.
Headset.
Where did you send me the game? Yeah, actually, it looks like match history's working alright, but
Yeah. I sent the email.
okay. What's your IGN in game? I actually can just look on NA. Maybe.
SteamyMerlin. Same.
All right, nice and easy.
Yep.
Right, so
I mean, originally on the server it was kind of Kermit, but
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it's on my notes here. All right, SteamyMerlin. Oh, so you actually joined the Discord server pretty recently, right?
yes, I did.
And how your gold? How's your rank been going so far?
Well, getting to gold was nice, calm. I don't know. I've been kind of in a funk even as I was getting to like those last few games getting to gold. So I've just been kind of taking a little bit of a mental break, or at least attempting to. Like my more recent games have been a few duos, and then the games I played today. And then I've been playing Hecarim on different accounts.
Okay, so it looks like you're actually a pretty big game player. Is the game that you want to look at the 151 one, or which game?
Actually, yeah, sure. That one.
Alright, we'll take a look at that. Looks like a rough game. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, obviously you play a lot of Kayn. So do you decide to go? Do you choose between blue and red Kayn, or are you going red Kayn? Like, well, I'm looking at your builds. It looks like you go red Kayn a lot. Do you just prefer red Kayn, or?
Personally, just playstyle wise, I like fighting a lot. So, well, like really heavy engaged fights. So I like playing red, but I play blue sometimes, just when I'm like in the mood. Play more assassin based. But recently, it's been almost all Rust.
Yeah, so I think Rust red Kayn is such a situational thing to go. He's really good against like a lot of melee champs, like tanky champs. I mean, in terms of this game already, I think going red Kayn is just not good. You can see the game on the stream, by the way, as well, right?
Yes.
So Nocturne's going to be super squishy. He doesn't even really want to fight you anyway. He's just going to be looking to one-shot your Ezreal, TF, and stuff like that, right? Sure, Malphite is like sort of a tank. Looks like he's going Arcane Comet, but you know, we don't know what he's building. He could be going the AP one-shot. Morgana, I think is one of the hardest counters to Kayn of all time. Jinx, Ahri. So like red Kayn, I think already doesn't like. This is actually a great blue Kayn game, I think. You know?
Yeah. I guess I didn't think about that. This game, I was kind of just like, oh yeah, I could get another game in, try and get this to work, and I kind of rushed out a game.
Yeah, so I mean, thinking about red Kayn, blue Kayn's I think really important if you're a Kayn player, and just learning how to play both styles. It sounds like again you're more comfortable with the red Kayn, but you know, maybe it's like, or maybe learning a bunch of different champions that are maybe a little bit better than red Kayn. That like sort of that fighting style, like, you know, let's say the Olaf's like Lee Sin, Elise, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Olaf, not too many games.
Alright, so in terms of early win condition, early jungle path, I think Kayn really doesn't really have one early game. Like, you just need to get level 6 ASAP, right? But if there was one lane you could really focus, like, or it's going to be easy for you to gank, let's say level 6 plus, like, where are you thinking about putting your pressure right now?
In this game, I was thinking of trying to do a bot, but out of game, I kind of, well, once I was out of that, I was kind of like, I don't end up doing anything on the map, really.
Yeah. So, again, I think ganking bot against Morgana is so hard as Kayn. Like, so 1 in Q, you're gone, you know? Like, you can gank bot with blue Kayn, but again, red Kayn, you're so slow. I feel like you're so slow as red Kayn. Super easy to get hit by that Q. So yeah, I mean, in terms of, I think that everywhere is hard for you to gank. Like, by the time you can actually gank this Malphite, he's going to be like level 6. Ahri obviously has an very slippery champion, and Nocturne, obviously you can maybe fight him in the jungle, but I think that's going to be, you know, a lot of dependent on lanes getting pushed in and stuff. So I think already the fact you've picked Kayn, you're going red Kayn, you've limited your options significantly this game.
Okay, that makes sense. I can see that.
Okay, well, this is good. Looks like your bot lane's winning here. Okay, this is great win condition here. Ezreal just got a double kill.
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't get an assist for that. Why did you not get an assist for this? You missed your W.
Yeah, and then I don't want to steal it, so it's just like...
Yeah, it's good. It's good you didn't steal it, but ideally you get the assist.
Yeah.
Alright, I like this counter jungling here. This is good. What information do you have? Okay, so Nocturne shows top. He has 20 CS. This would tell me that he probably hasn't done Krug, so I really like this from you here.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't my logic behind it. Mine was just like, until very recently, in like the Kayn chat, I saw someone suggesting like full cleaves. And I noticed like a lot of other gold players like me don't tend to do Krugs. So I was just like, oh, he probably didn't do
super important.
Krugs.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great... You'll have huge experience in League Gold advantages over enemy junglers. If you... Yeah, I mean, a lot of the reviews I've done, even Platinum Plus, like no one does Krugs for some reason. So super, super important camp to get. Gives you the most experience in Gold once it starts scaling with levels. Okay, so... also, every time you're around this plant, like, you hit this plant at all times.
Okay.
Just to deny it. Sometimes you don't want to show that you've hit it, because then it shows obviously where you're on the map. So sometimes you can just hit it back into your jungle or something like that, or it's not watered. It's just so good to deny that from the enemy team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I guess I was backing right here, so there wasn't really any reason to not hit it.
Well, also, you actually also missed hitting it when you actually came down here for the invade in the first place, actually, as well. I'll get it back up here. You see here, you actually missed. You could have hit it. Alright, going top now for second Krugs. See, the other thing as well is with Kayn, I really don't like going boots. I will go longsword. I really don't like biting boots first base because your clear's so much slower. Again, your objective is to really just keep power farming your jungle. Like, boots, level 1 boots just give you like very little move speed. I just think it's such a crappy item. To, like, first just like rush warrior and then, I mean, sometimes you can get boots. Let's say if you got double longsword and boots on one base or something like that, you can't afford Warhammer, like it's fine. But at this first base, I always like to get longsword, ideally.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely something I do on almost every jungler. So, yeah, I almost always buy boots on my first back.
Alright, so yeah, this gank is... Yeah, again, you're really weak on Kayn, so you showed on the map, sort of haven't done too much. You actually walked over a control ward right now, and you definitely should have come back and cleared this. I don't think you saw it.
Yeah, I did. Well, I did.
See, and the thing about this is because you showed top right here, you lose dragon from it, you know? So that gank there, so every time you show top past 5 minutes, you always need to think, am I happy trading dragon for this? And the answer was no. You got like 10% health off Malphite's health, and that's it.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere that's worth in a million years to lose dragon. Like just you not showing on the map gives the enemy team, to the enemy jungler, sure he might still start dragon, but it makes him in his head just question, like where is the enemy jungler? Am I still safe to stay? Do dragon. As soon as you show top, he knows, all right, I can just do dragon. He's top, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So showing on the map, you always need to think, is it worth it before you go for that gank. And the thing about this game right here as well, bot is your win condition. I wouldn't worry about top at all. So just all you're doing for top is clearing your camps. Bot.
All right. Yeah.
Like Ezreal can easily carry this game. He's 3-0 right now.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. I probably should.
And also the fact that you had a win in bot lane is also a bit more of a not excuse to lose early drags as well, right? It's like, how easy is it to get dragons with a win in bot lane, you know?
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, well, you're definitely farming pretty efficiently, but the problem with sometimes with the Kayn players I see is they're very good at farming efficiently, but they're sort of forgetting everything about the map. They're ignoring objectives, and they're not playing around the win condition, which is sort of what you're doing in this game here, which is still important. I mean, you can't go through the game and just AFK passive farm. Like, just doesn't work anymore in like the way, because you get punished for AFK farming in jungle, right? You get reduced experience. If all your experience, like I think it's like 80% of your experience is from jungle camps, you get reduced experience. It's like a tax on it or something like that. So you still need you to be ganking and doing stuff. Ideally, you're ganking bot around your win condition rather than, you know, showing top down and losing dragon. So that's pretty much all I'm going to go over for your early game here. Did that all make sense? Any other questions around maybe Kayn specifically? But again, I think you're playing this game on hard mode, basically. Like, this game was so difficult as a red Kayn, like almost impossible to win.
Yeah. I was kind of. What was I thinking? With like, is there certain indicators that you would suggest for like going blue?
Yeah, so blue is good against a bunch of ranged, squishy champions. So this is the perfect game. Ahri, Squishy, Nocturne. I mean, Nocturne's not ranged, but he's pretty squishy. You can one-shot him. Morgana squishy, Jinx squishy.
Okay.
So like casters, like double AD comps maybe. I mean, in general, I think Blue Kayn is actually just the better version of Kayn, honestly. And then Red Kayn against really tanky team comps. But, I mean, how often do you see tanky team comps in solo queue these days? Like, no one really plays tanks in League.
Yeah.
So, again, that's why I think Red Kayn just is very, very situational. Does that answer your question there?
Yeah, that does. Thank you.
All right, SteamyMerlin, thanks for coming on. You are our last guest. I'm going to wrap up the show now. Or maybe see you next time.
Okay.
Alright, that's going to be it for this show tonight. Thanks everyone for watching. I do these weekly now. This is going to be the same time every week. I used to do them twice a week now, but I've got a lot of other things that I'm working on, and also I'm working on an Eve guide currently that I want to definitely get out in the next couple of days, which is going to be sort of similar to my Xinjiao guide one, where I like release it like the 2-hour guide. So that's going to be it for this episode of Your First Jungle Clear. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video or live stream.